What does that mean? What do you imagine when you read that sentence? What is the idea?
Means uh, wind scattered means uh, spread all in all directions or in unorganized way.
Yeah,
The lips.
you can imagine it could be pretty messy.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. If you look at the first three words of that sentence, how would you read the first three words of that sentence together?
The the wind scattered.
What do you think are the big sounds in that?
The wind. Wind.
Okay. The the wind scattered. The wind scattered. So how would you read that? How will you read those three words together?
The winds scattered.
Okay. Let's make this big. The wind scattered. Maybe scattered too, though.
Yes.
I think that might be good. It's
S-
not very good for our rhythm.
Scattered.
The wind scattered.
The winds scattered.
Uh huh. If you read the next, well, just read the rest of the sentence. Which words do you think are important in the rest of the sentence?
The lips all over the yard.
Okay, and which words would you say are important in the rest of the sentence?
The lips
Leaves. Okay. What else?
and the yard. It's yard.
The wind scattered the leaves all over the yard. Okay. What does all over mean?
Everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. And when you have two words that always go together, which word usually gets
Yeah.
the attention?
Is a first. Is a
Okay.
all over.
But I think we have some flexibility here. And I think, because we want to maintain our big, small pattern, I think that we could make an exception and change. Normally, you would say all over, but because we want to have the big, small pattern, we could switch it here, and that would be okay. All over
Yes.
the yard.
All over the yard.
Yeah, because that way you get to keep that pattern. Big, small, big, small. The wind scattered
Yes.
the leaves all over the yard.
The wind scattered the leaves all over the yard.
Okay, is it leaves or leaves?
The leaves. Leaves.
Leaves. Make it big.
Leaves.
Leaves.
Yes. Leaves.
Yeah, and when you make the e, you pull your tongue back. Make your tongue really tense. Leaves.
Leaves.
The wind scattered
Leaves.
leaves all over the yard.
The wind scattered the leaves all over the yard.
Okay. All right. How many phrases do you think we could divide this sentence into?
Is it two?
Okay, what are the two phrases?
The wind scattered the leaves and all over the yard.
Sorry, I think I have to. Uh, I think my dog needs to go outside. I have to take her outside for a minute. I'll be back in one
Okay.
1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Sorry about that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. What is the first phrase?
The wind scattered the leaves.
Okay. And how do you want this to sound? Do you want this to sound nice and friendly or serious?
Yes. So serious
Serious? Okay. So, how will this start? How do you start a phrase? Do you start it high or low usually?
is a high tone.
Okay, so how would that sound?
So uh, is scattered,
The wind,
scattered,
the wind scattered. The wind scattered. The wind scattered. The wind
the
scattered.
the the wind scattered.
Okay, but then by the time we get down to here, because you want to sound serious, make the whole thing
Yeah.
low. The wind scattered the leaves.
The wind scattered the leaves.
Okay. How about in the second phrase? Do you want to also sound serious in the second phrase?
Yes, yes,
All right.
serious.
So what color is yard?
It's blue.
Okay. And but how will you start the phrase?
As over is high,
Yeah, because when you
red.
normally when you start a phrase, it will have a high sound, but then you finish sounding serious. Yard. All over the yard.
All over the yard.
The,
All over the yard.
the wind scattered the leaves all over the yard.
The wind scattered the leaf all over the yard.
Okay. Can you make a where question like where wind scatter leaves? How would you do that?
Yes. Where, where did the wind scatter the leaves?
What is your most important word in your question, do you think?
Is a where,
Where.
where,
So how would that sound if you put where plus did plus the?
uh, where did the, where did the,
Where did the? Where did,
where did, where did the,
where did the wind?
where did the wind,
Where did the wind scatter the leaves?
where did the wind scatter the leaves,
Uh-huh.
the leaves?
So and what is your answer? Where did the wind scatter the leaves?
The wind scattered the leaves all over the
Oh, okay.
yard.
Is it leaves or leaves?
The leaves, the leaves.
Can you say it again? The wind scattered the leaves all over the yard.
The wind scattered the leaves
Okay, is it
all over the yard.
leaves or leaves?
The leaves.
Try again.
Okay. So the wind scattered the leaves all over the yard.
Leaves or leaves?
Is it leaves?
hmm
Leaves.
Try again.
Leaves. The wind scattered the leaves.
hmm
Leaves
hmm
a- all over the yard.
Okay, that was good. All right. So let's move on to our next sentence.
Yes.
So to be off, that's very common. That's a very common thing to say. It means leaving. Leaving. I am off. That means I'm leaving. I'm off. But when you do that, when off means leaving, you have to really emphasize the word off. So that's always going to be an important word in this situation. Oh, my computer is acting weird. Oh God, this is frustrating today. I don't know. Uh, Here we go. Let me try to move this up. Can you see the sentence?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So can you read that sentence? What does it mean? Or what does it say?
Okay, so can you
Oh, you see, I'm having trouble for some reason. My screen keeps switching. I can't see what you can see. Well, let's see.
can you read?
There we.
Okay, now yeah, yes, it is okay now. Yes.
All right.
So we should be off now, or we'll miss the movie.
So what does that mean? We should be off now.
Off means leave. Yeah, we
Okay.
should be leave now.
And when off means leave, you have to give a lot of attention to that word. We should be off now.
Okay, off now,
Yeah. You.
off now.
So it's not just a regular off. This off is special. It means leave. So we should be off now.
Okay, so we should be off now. Is off now.
Yeah. So that means we should leave now or we'll miss the movie. All right. So in that first phrase, we should be off now. What are the important words?
So off. You should be off now. Now is also
If you emphasize now here, I don't know. It sounds like we should be off now. That sounds like it's an emergency if you emphasize the word now.
yes,
I think off.
yeah. Some
I think off is the important word here.
okay. Yes, yes. Okay.
We should. So that could be the only important word in this phrase. How do you pronounce that whole phrase?
So high tone.
Well,
We should
let's not worry about the music yet. Let's just get the rhythm.
okay. We should be off now.
Yeah, we should be off now. So we should
Yeah.
be, that just sounds like one little word. We should be off now.
We should be off now.
Yeah. Okay, now in the second phrase, what would you say are the important words?
So we'll miss the movie. Miss
Miss, okay. Anything else?
and the movie.
Okay. All right. So now we have our rhythm. Now we have we can add some music to it. But let's try the rhythm first. We should be off now or we'll miss the movie.
We should be off now, or we'll miss the movie.
Mhm. Yeah, we should be off now or we'll miss the movie.
We
All right.
should be off now, or we miss the movie.
How do you want to sound? Do you want to sound wait, how many phrases should we divide this sentence into first of all?
We should be off now is first,
Okay.
or we'll miss the movie.
Mhm. So two. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how do you want to sound? Do you want to sound serious or friendly when you say this?
So yes, friendly.
Friendly? Okay. So that means that we want to finish we'll have to do two things when we say the final part of this phrase. We'll want to go high, but we'll have to finish low because you always finish low when you're not always. You mostly finish low when you're finishing a phrase.
Yeah.
So that would be off now.
It's off now.
How do you start the phrase? How should this phrase start?
It's a high.
Okay. We should be off now.
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 Okay. And how about the second phrase? Do you want this to sound friendly or serious?
The serious.
Serious? Okay. So how should we finish the phrase? In a high way or a low way?
Is a low.
In a low way? Okay. Movie.
It's a movie
Okay. But how should the phrase start?
is a
High. Yeah, because
high tone.
normally we'll start your phrase in a high tone. So, or we'll miss the
Yeah.
movie.
Always or will miss the movie.
Or we'll miss the movie.
Or will miss the movie.
We should be off now, or we'll miss the movie.
We should be we should be off now or will miss the movie.
Okay. Can you make a mm, what we going to miss question?
So what should be
What we going to miss?
uh,
What we going to miss?
uh, what 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 are we going to miss?
Yeah. So, what can you make an if question? So, if if no off now, what we going to miss?
If not off now,
Yeah. So you have to. I'm not giving you all the words. You have to think about how to make that question. If not off now, what we going to miss?
i- if we if we should not off now,
You can just say if we are not off now. That means if we don't leave now. If we are not off now, and remember you have to put a lot of emphasis on the word off because it means something different here. It means leave. It doesn't mean not on. It's not the opposite of on here. It means leave.
so if we should not off now,
Forget about the word should. Just say if we are not off now.
if we are not off now,
What?
what are we going?
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Uh, if we are not off now, what we are going to miss?
No, you have to use the question form in your question part.
Okay, so if we are not going
If we
off now,
if we're not off now, if we don't leave now, if we are not off now,
if we are not off now,
what?
uh, what are we missing?
Oh, okay. What are we missing, or what are we going to miss? Let's say what are we
What are we
do that? What are we going to miss?
what are we going to miss?
Now, in your question, what are we going to miss? What do you suppose would be the most important word?
So, mm, what are we going to miss? What?
What? Okay. How will you say what are we together?
So, what are we? What are we?
What are we? What are we?
What are we?
What are,
What are we?
what are we going to miss?
What are we going to miss?
If we're not off now, what are we going to miss?
If we are not off now, what are we going to miss?
Okay, but it's very important because off means something very special here to put a lot of emphasis on that word. If we are not off now, what are we going to miss?
If we are not off now,
Mhm.
what are we going to miss?
Now, is it now or now?
It's a now. It's
Now.
now.
Try again.
If we are not off now,
Hmm.
what are we going to miss?
What are we? And what is the answer to your question? If we're not off now, what are we going to miss?
So if we are not off now, we are going to miss the movie.
Okay, if we're not off now, we're going to miss the movie. That's right. If we don't leave now, we're going to miss the movie. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do one more. Okay, I have this phrasal verb. which is come across. Have you ever seen
Yes.
phrasal verb before? Come across.
Yes.
You have? What does it mean?
A encounter.
Okay, it means like to find and perhaps by accident, not on purpose.
Yes.
Okay, can you see the example sentence that I have up here?
Yes, sir.
Do you see it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, can you read it, please?
Okay, sir. He came across an interesting article online about a space exploration.
Okay. So does that sentence make sense? That means he found it by accident. He wasn't looking for it. It just appeared.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh, those first three words, he came across. What do you suppose he came across? He came across. Which word do you think we should emphasize in those first three words?
Across.
Okay, he came across. Yeah, that would be okay. And which syllable should we emphasize? Across.
Uh, across. Ross.
Cross. Cross.
Across.
Across. Across. What about the next two words? An interesting article. The next three words. An interesting article. What do you suppose?
An interesting.
Mhm.
An interesting article.
Where's the accent in that word? Interesting.
Interesting. Interesting.
Inter-
Interesting.
or you could say interesting. Interesting. Interesting.
Interesting.
Not
Oh, interesting.
not ingesting. Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's the
Interesting.
first syllable that you want to emphasize.
And generally, I do stays on second. Yeah, generally, but I I am wrong.
Yeah, it should be the first one. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting,
Yeah,
interesting, interesting. Yeah.
that sounds better if you do it like that.
Yes,
How about
yes.
in the word article? Article. Article. That's three syllables. Where is the accent? Article.
Article, article as the first.
The first one? Okay.
Yes.
Uh, all right. So we have came across an interesting article.
He came across an interesting article.
Okay. And now the next word, online. Online. Where's the accent? Online. Line.
Online,
Online.
online line.
I think it's both. It's weird because if you say it just on the first word, online, that doesn't make it, that sounds horrible.
On,
If you say just the second syllable, online,
yeah,
again, that doesn't really.
online.
You have to say online. It seems like both syllables are accented.
Yes, okay. So online,
Hmm.
online.
But if we want to keep our big, small, big, small, big, small rhythm, which one do you think we should try to emphasize? On or line?
Online,
Which one?
online, on, online,
I came across an interesting article online. Online.
online, online,
Online. This is hard. This is a hard one. He came across an interesting article on
online, on,
online. Yeah, okay. I think we could do that. We can make that big.
yeah, on,
Okay. Online about. Okay. And this word about, do you think that that's a big word or a small word here?
about, about. Is about is taking long time.
That's true.
There is also
This phrase, do you think it's a word that we should make big or try to make it small?
online about space,
How should
online about
our phrase, should it be big or small?
is a small,
Okay, so that would be online about. Online about.
online about.
He came across an interesting article online about.
He came across an interesting article online about.
Okay, and this is not came across, but came across. Ma, came across.
He came across
He came across.
an interesting article.
hmm
Mm, He
Online.
he
Go ahead. Sorry.
okay, sir. So he came across an interesting article online about.
Okay. And now the final part, space exploration.
Yes,
Which words or which parts of words do you think should be big in this final part?
yes, a space. The
Space.
space.
Okay, space. We'll make that
Yes,
big. All right. And how about exploration? Should anything be big in there, do you think?
ex exploration.
Ex-
Pole. Explore.
Explore. Well, you see, this is a big word. Let's see how many syllables. Exploration. It's four syllables, and
Yes,
if you have a word with more than three syllables, probably there would be two potential accents. Space.
okay.
So when you say that word exploration, which syllables sound big to you?
Exploration. Ray. Are.
Ray, Ray, yeah. Any other syllables?
Ex, ex, exploration.
Explo- exploration, exploration,
Ex.
X.
e-
Okay.
Yes.
Now,
Exploration.
so I think it depends which one you would focus on, depending on the big small rhythm. Do you think that X would be a good thing to focus on, or Ray, since we have a choice? Which one would fit big small rhythm?
Ray is okay.
Yeah,
Exploration.
yeah. I mean, sometimes it could be X, but I don't think so. Space exploration, that would sound weird, but space exploration, that sounds okay
Yeah.
because
Yes.
that keeps the big small rhythm. Okay. So we have,
Yes.
he
Yes.
came across an interesting article online about space exploration.
He came across an interesting article online about space exploration.
Okay. How many phrases do you think we could divide this sentence into?
So he came in across an interesting article online. Ec- Okay, so he came across an interesting article
Okay.
online.
All right. So that's one phrase, finishing it online.
Yes,
Okay. And
and about yes,
mhm. So two
yes,
phrases.
two phrases.
Okay. And how do you want to sound? Do you want to sound friendly and nice or serious?
So interesting. Sorry, friendly
Friendly? Okay. So how will you pronounce the final word in this phrase?
is a high tone.
But also it's you'd start it high, but you have to finish it kind of low because it's the end of a phrase.
Yes,
So
yes.
online, online,
It's online. It's
on,
online.
online.
Online. Online
How will you start it? How will you start this phrase?
is a high tone.
High tone, because you normally will start a phrase with a high tone. He came across an interesting
Yes.
article online.
He came across an interesting article online.
Okay. And how do you want the second phrase to sound? Do you want it to sound serious or nice and friendly?
So, yeah, the friendly.
Friendly? Okay. So how will you pronounce that final word, exploration?
So, ray is high and sun is low.
Okay. So how will you say that then? How will that sound?
So, the high tone
Hmm.
about space exploration,
Ration, ration, ration.
ration, ration.
And how will you pronounce space? Would that be high?
Yes, space,
Space exploration.
space exploration.
hmm He came across an interesting article online about space exploration.
He came across an interesting article online about space exploration.
Can you make a what he come across online question?
What did he? What did he came
What,
across
hmm? What did he came across?
about? What did he came across
You've made a mistake. Can you try
on?
your mistake?
What did he come across
Mm-hmm.
online about space exploration?
And forget about the about space. Just what did he come across online?
Okay. What did he come across online?
So what is the most what do you think is the most important word in that question?
What is
What?
what?
Okay. How would what plus did plus he, how would that sound?
So what did what did
What did he?
what did
What did he? What did he? What did he?
what did he what did he
What
what did he
what did he?
what did he what did he
What what did he come across online?
what did he come across online?
Okay. Try again.
What did he come across online?
What did he come across online? Okay. What is the answer?
He came across an interesting article online.
He came across an interesting article online about space
He
exploration.
came across okay, he came across an interesting article online about space exploration.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that we have to finish here for today. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I have to check my schedule, but I'll probably be back tomorrow morning to do Gone with the Wind if you're interested in joining me.
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for your questions, your comments. Thank you for participating. If you'd like to practice also, there's a link to the Discord server and you can join and practice with me live as well if you want to. All right. So we'll see everyone tomorrow. Thank you very much
Thank you, sir.
and
Bye bye.